The Glock 23 is a polymer-framed, double-action-only, 40 caliber compact semi-auto pistol. It's black. It has finger grooves on the grip. What am I going to tell you that you don't already know about it? This is one of Glock's oldest models. What I am going to tell you is why I still have mine after so many years, and why even though I've shot better, more expensive guns, this is the one that stays by my bed at night. When I was 19, my cousin was a few years into his Army career and was already starting to collect some guns. One night he showed me his newest find, a Walther P99. A few months later he had tired of it and offered to give it to me. I happily accepted. I was so sure that this was the pinnacle of firearms. No gun could ever outperform this Walther, the gun of Mr. Bond himself. Little did I know that 2 years later my eyes would be opened. At 21, I could finally get my concealed permit, and I excitedly raced over to the gun store that a family friend owned to take the course. I showed him the P99 I would be carrying and bragged about how nothing could match it. He chuckled a bit and sat me down at a table with an ugly black brick of metal and said, "This is what you're carrying. A Glock 23 Gen 3. I scoffed. Where's the decocker? The magazine release is that tiny dot on the grip. What's with the little knob for the slide release? And God, is it ugly." With all my misplaced confidence, I asked him, why on earth would I switch to that thing? To be gentle, the Glock 23 looks simple. It's all one color, there are not a bunch of slide cuts and markings and serrations all over it. The most eye-catching part might be the finger grooves on the grip. It looks like a tool, a metal instrument that serves a specific purpose, and that's all. And I don't know that there's a better definition of this gun than that. It has slide serrations on the rear, and nowhere else, because why do you need 10 places to grip the slide? It doesn't have Glock plastered all across it in a waving pattern, because why would it? How would that help it perform its job? The sights were just white lines and a dot, but what is a sight other than two lines that you put a dot in the middle of? I still mostly carried my P99 most times, and really only brought the Glock out to show friends at the range. But those days at the range started to show me things. Showed me the hidden beauty of the Glock that was masked beneath its simple exterior. I found out that the Glock actually felt better in my hand. Another thing I learned was that I just did not have to clean this thing. I was still young and my guns were perpetually filthy. This was not an issue for the Glock. I cannot ever remember a failure. As time went on, that ugly black hunk of metal with Glock on the side of it started to grow on me, and soon the Walther was being forgotten in a safe until it got brought out to show someone at the range. The raggedy Glock stepsister that was forgotten in the safe was now being brought to every ball. The humble old tool was now my pride and joy, shining at every range day. I was in love with its 5.5 pound every Glock trigger, its excellent recoil, the surprising accuracy. I felt confident in a somewhat dangerous career because I had 13 rounds of 40 Smith & Wesson ready, with an extra 15 round mag that also fit. I knew that no matter how much lint was in it, how long it had been since I cleaned it, it would not let me down. If it was drawn and the trigger was pulled, it would do the job. The Glock 23 started out to me as an ugly ragamuffin, but now it's my most familiar, reliable, and beautiful gun. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and that's why I named this gun Cinderella.